It's Off the Tracks. It's Jhett. It's Rafe. We're back. It's interview number 3. We've got
right.
Kyle Burroughs here today. If you haven't checked out our other 2 interviews that we've done with Christian and Spencer, make sure you go ahead and check those out. If you haven't checked out our most recent podcast or any of our podcasts, make sure you go ahead and listen to those whenever you get the chance. We're back here today. We've got Kyle. Kyle, how you doing, my man?
I'm good. How are you?
You know, I'm having a great day today. Our 3rd and final interview that we've done today. So we're here.
All right. Well, let's just get into it if you're ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So, first of all, actually, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Sorry,
go ahead and
I
introduce
almost
yourself first.
Cut that off.
So, my name is Kyle Burroughs, and I'm related to the Garretts through Allison Garrett. I'm currently involved in a relationship with her. And that's how I'm involved with the Garrett family.
All right, so
and, that's who I am.
How are you involved with the service?
Well, I joined the military, specifically the Army, back in 2011, and served my time and got out in 2016. And while I was I was a air traffic controller.
Our second air traffic controller we actually had on here.
Our first guest, he was a classmate of mine. He graduated early. That's what he's doing right now, actually. He's in Greece right now.
Yeah, it's a good job to be in the Army, man. It's really fun.
Right. So we talk about Greece.
Yeah.
Where are some of the places that you traveled to, and what would you say your favorite area you were in?
So I've been to a couple different places. I was stationed mainly at Fort Hood, Texas, which I'm obviously from Texas also, and that had to be my favorite. But I've been to Fort Irwin, California. I've been to Fort Polk, Louisiana, Fort Rucker, Alabama, and then Fort Benning, Georgia.
Man.
And me being from Texas, I loved being in Texas, so that was my favorite place to be.
Right. So you didn't do any. Did you have anything overseas or anything like that?
No, I was fortunate enough to not go overseas.
Right.
You had a lot of miles across the country, though.
Absolutely. My goodness. I looked at Rafe after you got through 3. I was like, goodness, he has been all over the country. That's cool. That's awesome.
So
yeah, I actually went to Fort Irwin 3 different times, and that's in California. So wow. I made that trip 3 different times. So
that would be terrible.
We asked this with the other 2 guests. They had actually been overseas, but was there I don't know, maybe this is true for just from state to state. Was there anything anywhere that was really different that you weren't used to or anything?
Weather changes.
Yeah.
I all those different places are generally located in the south, but the climates are completely different.
Right.
Oh, I've actually also been to Fort Bliss, El Paso too, in Texas. So there's another one, but the climates are all completely different. They're all hot, but
right.
Different types of weather completely. And the sheer size of Fort Hood, it's the largest Army installation, and it was huge compared to, let's say Fort Rucker. And it was just a big shock as the size. It puts Perry County off the map. It's every bit of the size of Perry County.
That's crazy. That's huge,
yeah,
man.
That's pretty wild. So what inspired you to join the service?
So I'm actually 4th generation soldier.
Nice.
So that means my grandfather's father started through the military, which he was the draftee, and so was my grandfather. But my dad was a volunteer soldier, as was I. And my older sister was also in the Air Force, so it was kind of a rite of passage into adulthood kind of thing,
Yeah. So that was kind of the plan ever since you were little, was to join the Army?
Oh, yeah. Ever since I was, 4 or 5 years old, that's what I wanted to do, and I did it.
Right. How old were you when you went into the service?
I was a month outside of high school, so I was 18.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we had a Christian on. He graduated early, and he was 17 actually when he was in. So I didn't know if you were younger or.
Yeah, I mean, I made my commitment as soon as I turned 18, within like 2 or 3 weeks.
Right. So, for you, Veterans Day is coming up. What does Veterans Day really, really mean to you?
Well, I mean, I think it's a day to give thanks to all the veterans that are out there, because you don't know what they look like. It could be male, female, all of it. And they don't ever ask for anything. And I think it's just a day to appreciate all of them overall and, thank them for that sacrifice. Because, I didn't go overseas or anything, but I still trained to do that. And I think it's that sacrifice that those veterans made that sometimes go underappreciated. And I think it's just a day to nationally recognize that and say thank you as a nation.
Right.
Of course.
Absolutely. And that was a great answer. We've really gotten all three of the answers that we've got from that one are just three different perspectives, and just three, it's just awesome to hear the different perspectives, of different people that have been in the service and stuff like that. So that was a really good answer.
So I'm sure you have plenty of stories. If you can pick one, or if you have a few, what would be one of your favorite stories from the service?
So when we were in California doing training missions, I was typically on night shift because the better controllers, they need to be watched less, So I was generally by myself, and it was me and Sergeant Jackson on a shift together, and it was 12-hour shifts. And we were sitting in a truck, and we were dozing off to sleep because it's boring at night most of the times. And this tank was rolling up on our truck. And like I said, pitch black night, there's no headlights in the desert. And you're supposed to be driving under night vision goggles. And Sergeant Jackson sees this tank rolling up on us. And he thinks that it's going to hit our equipment outside. And we get out and we're watching this happen. And he's not stopping, not steering course or anything. And Sergeant Jackson walks up in front of this tank and sticks his hand out and yells it to stop. And I mean, it was the craziest thing to happen. Because I mean, if it were me, I would have just let him run it over,
right.
and, not put myself in harm's way. But Sergeant Jackson had that bravery to just, stand out in front of that tank and tell that tank who's boss,
Yeah, he was making sure that equipment wasn't getting run over.
That was a good time.
That's funny.
But I mean, the tank stopped successfully and no one got hurt.
Absolutely. That's the good part about it.
You talked about, have you used night vision goggles by chance?
Actually, I have. I've actually driven under night vision goggles and night vision goggles. And once you're licensed, you have to go through a course, or at least we had to go through a course. And it wasn't like driving down the highway kind of course. It was like through the woods kind of course. And it had just rained, and it was raining that night. We were still going to do this training, and we take off through the woods under night vision, and it's just big old mud holes and bogging down and stuff, and I just hammered on the gas and just let her go. And I got this Humvee sideways and under night vision in the woods. I mean, it was a blast.
That's fun.
Is it anything like the movies or the TV shows, like the night vision goggles?
What is it? You just cut out.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is the night vision goggles anything like the movies are, like how they portray them, or the TV shows? Like, do they work the same?
I would say no. I would say they don't work anywhere near the same. Like, you know what, like a standard definition TV looks like? It looks worse than that. It was really, really grainy. It's really grainy, and it's hard to see because, you get really bad tunnel vision because you're taking all your peripherals and you're putting it down like one little monocle, and you cannot see anything.
Wow. I wouldn't have guessed that.
All your movements are exaggerated. You literally have to turn your head to see everything. It's not like you can just move your eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun, though. Honestly, I'd do it.
It is. It is a lot of fun.
If you know me, you know I'm a great driver.
No, that's not true.
So for you, what would you say, and especially with everything going on in the world right now with the coronavirus and everything, what would you say to kids that are interested in joining the service?
I think it was the best thing I ever could have done for myself. I really do think that. I mean, it's a great experience. You get to meet a lot of people, see all different kinds of personalities, and you get to travel. And it doesn't even have to be out of country because, I mean, I got to see, the West Coast, the East Coast, all of that stuff while I was in the military. And,
That's awesome.
I mean, it's a blast.
Yeah.
That's what all three of our guests have said so far, that they definitely don't regret doing it. And if people are thinking about it, they should definitely go for it.
Yeah, just pull the trigger on it and do it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I were to tell anyone if they didn't have plans after high school, that they should consider it because it's a good career path to go.
Right. So what are you doing now then? Did it really set up kind of a basis for what you got to get into after the service?
So I got out in 16, and it was really hard for me, actually, to get a job. I was actually unemployed for like 4.5 months or so. And the unemployment requirements said that I had to apply for a job each week. And so whatever that math ends up being, 4 times 16. But I actually probably ended up applying for 35 to 40 jobs. And I was actually only offered one job within like 100-mile radius of where we're at right now. So I would say it really didn't set me up. Yeah. But I'm currently working as a plumber for Walsh Plumbing. And I think some of the knowledge that I gained as an air traffic controller with equipment and things like that definitely has helped me with my overall knowledge of things to become more mechanical in order to do these types of jobs that I'm doing now.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's been a pleasure, Kyle. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been awesome having you.
Yep. And thank you for your service, too, for everything you've done. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, Rafe.
All right.
Well, thank you so much, Kyle. Have a great day, my man.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later.
Absolutely. See ya.
See ya.
Kyle Burroughs, everyone.
That was fun.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a real good one. And unfortunately, I was scared. So we just did all 3 of these in one day.
We did.
We did them
pretty
all
much back to back.
Back to back to back. And I was really scared after we did the one with Christian, and it was cutting out pretty bad.
Yeah.
That we were going to get into a situation where that was just going to happen with all of them. And fortunately, it did not. So Grease, if you're listening, figure it out.
Figure it out, please. Appreciate it.
And as we close these interviews off, I want to give a big thank you to all of our veterans out there and everyone out there that is serving. And from the 3 interviews that we've gotten, anyone that's considering going into the service, I mean, they're saying pull the trigger. Yeah. And it's not something for me.
Yeah, I can't really give you advice on that, but that's what they all have said.
Right. And so, like, just, if you know someone that's in the service, tell them thank you. And not just on Veterans Day. Show love throughout the whole entire year for them, for the service and sacrifices that they have made for us to be able to call ourselves a free country.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure doing these 3 interviews. I really hope that we can continue doing these interviews.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Hopefully we can touch base with all 3 of our guests sometime again soon.
Absolutely. I'd love to.
We had a little bit of a time restraint, so if you wanted to see a little bit more, we're sorry for that. Hopefully we can talk more to all 3 of them and even more guests in the future too. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
We appreciate them all coming on.
Absolutely. Thank all 3 of you for coming on the show. It's been an absolute blast doing it. And like you said, I hope we can stay in touch with you guys and maybe touch base again here soon. It's been a pleasure. Jhett, it's Rafe. If you haven't watched our other interviews, make sure you go tune into those and our other podcasts as well. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, let everyone know that OTT just released a new video.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Peace.